In modern Ireland, it is as if a takeaway coffee in the hand is almost compulsory. Jamie O'Connell, owner of the Bean and Batch coffee chain in Kerry, shares that a €3.50 cup of coffee makes him only 26 cents per cup after 7 government taxes. The government gets 81 cents. When farmers dump milk or the government stores cheese in warehouses to support the price of dairy, critical voices cry out. In these cases, what seems to matter is not the material nourishment that these products could give to hungry people. What matters is their exchange value. It was Marx that argued that in a capitalist economy, things have double lives. A table can be used to write on, or it can be exchanged in a market for money. As a commodity in the market, what matters is not what it can be used for, but its exchange value, how much money it can fetch. Its materiality is transcended. When one shops on Amazon, all one sees are pictures of products with prices and reviews. Entirely absent are the human beings that make the products and any information about where they work, how they were treated, the environmental consequences of the process of production and distribution, and so on. Human beings are being eliminated from our view. All we see are the products. The Amazon packages mysteriously arrive at our doorsteps wearing a smile. It is as if things are converted into persons. Anthropologists and economic historians think that once products were disembedded from social relationships, once we no longer knew the producer or the shopkeeper, the advertising encouraged us to develop relationships with brands. A consumer culture transfers a kind of spirituality to the material. There is a migration of the holy in which people seek transcendence in material things. When humanity is not at the center, another thing is at the center, and the human person is at the service of the other thing. Pope Francis speaks of the throwaway culture, where persons are treated as things, as mere objects. When the ideal is more consumption and less work, the reality is a small circle of consumers and their commodities, and a vast expanse of discarded humanity whose labor is not even necessary anymore. This weekend, the Church celebrates the feast of the body and blood of Christ. The Eucharist makes a radical identification of materiality with God. The claim that this particular bread and wine becomes Christ's body, blood, soul, and divinity. The Eucharist is meant to offer both the fruit of the vine and work of human hands as a sacrifice of praise to God. Pope Benedict reasoned that the elements of the earth are transubstantiated, pulled, so to speak, from their creaturely anchorage, grasped at the deepest ground of their being, and changed into the body and blood of the Lord. In the church document Laudate Si, it is said that the universe unfolds in God, who fills it completely. Hence, there is a mystical meaning to be found in a leaf, in a mountain trail, in a dewdrop, in a poor person's face. The Church argues that care for the earth cannot be separated from care for the human person. The throwaway culture that is trashing the earth is the same culture that is discarding the human person. The Sabbath is a day which heals our relationships with God, with ourselves, with others, and with the world. Rest from work and consumption reinserts work and things into the context of relationships among people, God, and creation. Rest opens our eyes to the larger picture and gives us renewed sensitivity to the rights of others. And so a day of rest, centered on the Eucharist, sheds its light on the whole week and motivates us to greater concern for nature and the poor. It is good to know a little about the person who harvested the bean for our coffee and a batch of bread for our table. It is also good to know the Lord's love for us in the Eucharist. Amen.